Welcome to What's Up History. My name's Josh, and these are the ghosts of Pomeroy Castle.
Life is this. I like this.
Pomeroy Castle was built by the Devon family, the Pomeroys. So this castle and the house built afterwards were sold to the Seymour family in 1547. The house and the land have stayed in the possession of this same family ever since, except for a brief period of time when it was forfeited to the crown. So the Seymours were widely known for their major influence on the politics in England during the Tudor times. You may recognise the name Jane Seymour, and this is because she became the third wife of Henry VIII and the mother of his only surviving male heir. After supporting the royalists during the English Civil War, the family's funds were impacted in a major way. When the castle was damaged by a lightning strike in the late 17th century, the family gave up, abandoned the expensive castle, and moved elsewhere. Bury Pomeroy lay crumbling for the next 100 years. In the 19th century, it was rediscovered by poets and artists who took a liking to the castle. So, keen to share the beauty of the buildings and the surrounding woods, their work inspired a revival of interest in the castle and its history. So, over time, as tourists and visitors have attended the castle, tales of supernatural occurrences have increased. Some of these visitors claim to have seen phantoms moving about the building. Others have heard strange noises or have been overwhelmed by feelings of panic and nausea. It's easy to see, then, that Bury Pomeroy is now known as England's most haunted castle. You may ask, who are these ghostly figures that roam the castle walls and corridors after dark, terrifying visitors and locals who vow to never return? One of these ghosts is a child called Isabella. So the ghost of this child, Isabella, is known to frequent the kitchens of Bury Pomeroy Castle. Estimated to be 9 at the time of her death, she's rumoured to be the illegitimate daughter of a Pomeroy noble and a servant. On entering the kitchen one evening, she witnessed her mother being attacked by a group of visiting noblemen. In a desperate bid to save her mother, the child intervened. The story goes that both she and her mother died in the attack. The child's presence has been felt in the kitchens ever since and is thought to inspire intense fear. She's desperately seeking help for her mother, going to anyone that she possibly can to try and save her and her mother. The little girl is rumoured to have followed friendly visitors home, again trying to get help for her mother and her. Unfortunately, she was never able to find this, and obviously she did pass away. So the next ghost at Pomeroy Castle is called the White Lady. It's quite a well-known story. Probably one of the most well-known at this castle. She's said to haunt the dungeons and St Margaret's Tower. She's also rumoured to be the ghost of Lady Margaret Pomeroy, who was imprisoned by her older sister for being prettier. So she was quite a jealous type, I think, this sister. So she spent many years languishing in the filthy dungeons below the castle. Eventually, Margaret starved to death. Those that encounter the ghost of Margaret, also known as the White Lady, feel her presence and are gripped by a sense of evil and malevolence. Her presence is mostly felt on the narrow steps that lead to her dungeon. This is probably to do with the memories and the kind of bad feelings that there were for Margaret when she was kind of in this dungeon. So those that sense or feel her brushing past as she makes her way past them and up the stairwell. So again, this is another story where sadly someone passed away in not the best of ways. I'm not sure what happened to her sister, to be honest with you. But obviously her sister was quite a jealous type. So I can see karma maybe may have caught up to her. So the last story for today, it's called Pomeroy's Leap. So many castles in England, like many castles in England, a lot of kind of castles came under siege around that time. Obviously lots of death, destruction, suffering, starving, and Pomeroy Castle was unlike any other one. It was the same. Lots of starving, in this particular battle was facing defeat. So 2 Pomeroy brothers are rumoured in the castle to have taken their lives rather than fall into enemy hands. This is obviously due to they'd probably be tortured or probably killed in a very unfortunate way. So they obviously felt that the only way out was to take their own lives. So the 2 young brothers, they were dressed in full suits of armour, and they rode their horses up to the top of the castle ramparts, and together with their horses they leapt to their death. Since this time, the area of the castle where they fell has been known as Pomeroy's Leap, obviously because of them falling to the death. And visitors to the area claim to have heard screams, and shortly after hear thuds as their bodies hit the ground, as well as their horses whining as they die. So, on that happy note, that is the end of our kind of ghostly occurrences. But there will be another video next Friday, and this one will be on the Aberfan disaster in Wales, which I don't know if you could tell, but from my voice, that's where I'm from. So I hope to see you guys next Friday, and thank you for listening to me babble on. So see you soon.